Hi, I'm Chen with Memeo, here to talk about Memeo Connect for Google Apps. But before we get started in that, we actually want to talk about two new features that Google just announced that will help enable kind of some new use cases to be taken benefits of by enterprises. The first one is the ability to upload any file into the Google Docs service. So this is kind of cool in that you can upload whether it be Photoshop files, music, photos, videos. Google now will store that file for you. The second thing is the ability to share and collaborate and work on it as a team on folders within the Google Docs service. Now, having those new features available to you guys, coupled with our new product, Memeo Connect for Google Apps, actually enables three new capabilities for you, the enterprise customer. The first one being the ability to access and sync any local file, whether it be a Windows system or a Mac desktop. You'll be able to get to any file that you upload into the Google Docs service. The second thing is when you are disconnected or you don't have Wi-Fi or network and you can't get to the Google Docs service, no problem. You can still work very richly offline in your native kind of Microsoft Office environments with these Google Docs files. And the third thing is very simple migration. So enabling all users within your enterprise to very simply, powerfully, quickly migrate all those on-premise files into your new Google Docs service. So let's take a look at that first use case that I described, which is a ubiquitous file access and sync. So let's take a very typical environment for your average knowledge worker, and they'll have an Office desktop, Office laptop, and a home laptop, and of course the Google Docs service here. Now, let's say the user wants to keep a Microsoft Word document in synced and updated because it's a very important file. So as soon as the user uses Memeo Connect for Google Apps to sync that file, the file is going to go immediately into the Google Docs service and it's going to be stored there. So here, from any web browser, you can access the file in its native Microsoft Word file format. But it doesn't end there because the user is also running Memeo Connect on all the other PCs. The file immediately also gets copied and synced up to the home laptop, and a version of it, identical version of it, is also here in the Office laptop. So what you have is the identical Microsoft Word file in its native file format, not converted, accessible from all the PCs and desktops the user has access to. Now, the sync part, though, is the key, because once a user makes an edit here, let's say in the Office laptop while he or she's on the road, the changes immediately get propagated through the Memeo Connect service in Google Docs. So the file here gets updated, the file in Google Docs gets updated, and the original file at the Office desktop gets updated too. So let's talk about the second use case, which is allowing users to work disconnected or offline from the Google Docs service. So here's your typical kind of environment here, Office desktop, Google Docs service, and as long as you maintain a great connection to your Google Docs service, you're going to have access to all the native Google Docs files that you work and share with your teammates now. So, but what happens when Wi-Fi is not available or your network gets cut? Well, if you're running Memeo Connect for Google Apps, that won't be a problem. Because very quietly and behind the scenes, we've already made you a Microsoft Word version, PowerPoint version, an Excel version of these file types contained in Google Docs. So this will allow you to work when network's not available, or if you're in a plane, allow you to edit with Microsoft Office and continue working like you expect to. So what happens now once your service gets restored back to Google Docs? Well, Memeo Connect is going to detect that. And what it does immediately is going to sync these files right back into the Google Docs service. So now you will get versions of the files you're working on in Microsoft Word document, PowerPoint, or Excel. Now it's up to you, the Google Docs user, to either keep it in its native Office file format or to use the Google service to convert them to native Google Docs files. Let's quickly explore that last and final use case that we talked about, which is very simple migration to the Google Docs service. So this is extremely useful whether you're onboarding to the service for the very first time or on an ongoing basis, just an easy and quick way to move all your on-premise files into the Google Docs service. So once again, all you need to be running is Memeo Connect for Google Apps, whether it be for your Windows or your Mac desktop. A very simple drag and drop of all your folders, whether it be on the LAN or the network folder or your local system. drag them into the Memeo Connect application. And Memeo Connect does all the hard work of recreating all your folders in exactly the way you expect them to have them into the Google Docs service. So not only we create the folders, name them for you, then we go ahead and manage all the migration of those files into the Google Docs service. So you can have your MP3s, JPEGs, movies, your Microsoft Office files in your G-Docs service. There's no easier way on the market than to move lots of files and folders into the Google Docs service than with Memeo Connect. Thanks again for taking a few minutes to learn more about a new product, Memeo Connect for Google Apps. Just as a quick recap to this session, if you're running Google Docs and you add the Memeo Connect service, you'll enable yourself access to these three key new features. One, file access and sync to any file type. Second, you can work offline, disconnected from the service. And third, very simple yet powerful migration of files into the Google Docs service. If you want any more information, always go to memeoconnect.com. That's your best resource for the products. And if you have sales questions, simply email sales@memeo.com. Thanks.